I'm back again. I'm back again. I'm back again. Yes, I'm back again.
Oh man, just sat here waiting on the wifeness. You know how that go. If you're married, you should know. But it's all good. You know, women, they take their time. So in between that time, let's talk. Yeah, man, I didn't really want to address this or touch this, but I guess I'm eligible to do so, so I shall. What's happening in the Ghanaian music scene? You know, I call it a scene, it's not an industry. What the funk is happening? Something ain't right. It's like we just came to a standstill or something. Am I wrong, or I just got too old? You know, I'm pretty much in tune with everything that's going on, so not much goes past the grandpapa, and I don't feel no buzz. I know there's great musicians out there. I know people are working, but something is just really dull. And yeah, it just, I'm starting to worry, you know. Now here's another thing that I wanted to touch on, I wanted to speak on. It's that what's our positioning right now? As far as Ghana, where are we in terms of the whole music story? You know, because, you know, Africa's on the map right now. You know, I can't speak for other African, you know, countries. I don't know what's going on over there. I'm going to check. But let me begin with home. It feels like we have come to a standstill. Or something is not moving as fast as it should, or, you know, we just preoccupied with other bullshit. You know, we seem to be more interested in all the sensationalism and, you know, not really paying attention to the bigger picture, because if there ever was a time that, that Ghana, or should I say Africa, got money off of this music thing, it's now. All the work that we put in is finally bearing its fruits, and you can see folks eating. Damn, Nigeria, man, so proud of you. You know, they kicked them doors wide open. I mean, yeah, we set it off, but they took it to, you know, I'm Pan-African, so it wouldn't make a difference if it came from Zimbabwe. You know, I'm just glad that, but I'm just, you know, we need, there's something, there's no buzz, there's no spark, there's no excitement going on back here. You know, yeah, year of return, blah, who there, no folks. And that's another thing. We are really in a good position, you know, because you got everybody from Hollywood and where we're coming over here. So, you know, if it's in the movies, you got Spike Lee coming here. Shit, I'm sat eating watch over Idris Elba. You know, everybody is coming home. So something must be wrong within us. We're not politicking. We're not taking advantage. We're not building right. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, this is how I'm feeling right now. Now, last but not least, now I want you to pay attention to this part, because it might not go down too well. And you take it however you want, but I'm gonna say my piece. You know, now that Afrobeat is worldwide, and yes, it is African, and we are all African, and we are all eligible. You know, that shit don't belong to just Nigeria. You know, and you know, everybody. Shit, I seen Koreans and folks in Japan doing Afrobeat. You know, so Ghana is definitely eligible to be a part of that story, because we are a part of that story. But my question now is, now that Nigeria has claimed what it is that they put out there, a beautiful story, kudos, inspiring the whole of Africa. But remember, they are on the forefront. You know, they soldiers, it's like chess. They got their soldiers all in the front, and they moving. Okay, so how do we get in? Oh, wait, hold up. I know what you're gonna say. Oh, just make some good music and you're in there. apparently it's not that simple. Because if you move with the extreme tag of Afrobeat, Nigerians might side-eye you, because they're not stupid. They see everybody trying to get a piece of their shit. Okay. Now, by the way, we cousins, so we fam. So don't ever forget us, because we show Nigeria love all the time. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is in terms of our approach, it just feels weird that all of a sudden Ghanaians would just be on some straight Afrobeat shit. It just feels weird. I don't know. Maybe because I'm older. Maybe it's because I come from hip life, high life. Maybe it's because I'm aware that we have our own. I feel funny style, like I'm biting. I come from hip hop. That's what we call biting. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. It's inspirational. Good music is good music regardless. But it just feels a little corny when we go all out trying to just mimic. Well, I hate to use the word mimic, but I know young people do young things. That's what's in. I get it. But I just feel funny style. Like I feel like I gotta own my own. Knowing my history, knowing where I come from, and how we even got there, how Afrobeat got to where it's at. I feel funny style, like I'm on their dick. Even though we on their dick, we riding their dick hard in public. I don't know. I might be wrong. I might not be saying this right, but you catch my drift. So my whole thing, and now here's another thing. Now that we done abandoned our own, because we're not claiming hip life. High life, we're not really doing much with it. I mean, shit, peace to Kwabena, and all them soldiers who holding the fort down. So who are we? Are we just gonna claim Afrobeat and say fuck everything, high life, all the shit, your forefathers, all that shit that we work for? You just gonna say kick it to the curb and just follow the Nigerian story, or say the African story within Nigeria? It feels funny style. Now here's another thing. What if Nigeria decides to close the doors? Their borders is getting full on the musical front. Everybody jumping on their shit. What happens if they decided, you know what, man? We just about us. We gonna keep this here, and only allow certain folks or a certain percentage in, because first of all, there's really no room for us to get in anyway. Nigeria is so self-sufficient. They got an artist popping every week. So at what point, how do you even grow to get there? I feel like originality, you can never beat, and that's the one thing Ghanaians always had. So here's an example. With all what's happening, do you realize the one Ghanaian that everybody recognized and real fast too, including Nigeria, is our son? Yeah, you know who? Black Hole. You know why? Because he sounds extremely different. Dude got a style. Maybe we should start looking into ourselves. Like I keep saying, just imagine what would have happened if when Black Hole got busted out, when he busted out there into the world, and they asked him, yo, what kind of music you make? And he said hip life, or high life, or whatever you want to call it, but pull it home, bring it closer to home. Wouldn't that start a whole new trend, a new style? Because somebody must have set it off with the Afro, and people started to pick up. Because that Ken style is so original, he could start a whole new movement within the movement. And this is why Nigeria immediately, and the whole world, including ourselves, immediately identified with that son, that Ken's talent. And it was because he was original. So because he's not chasing the same shit that everybody chasing, he blew the fuck up. I don't know. We gotta have a plan, because this shit ain't working. You know what I mean? We're not claiming our own. You can't we shitting on ourselves, and then we steady looking at somebody else's soup, which is cool too, because we are part of that soup. Some of the ingredients for that soup came from us. I get it. But the way the shit is moving, the train has left the station already. We lagging behind. Yeah, I know we working though. A lot of prolific artists out here I want to see. Man, Walasi. Whew. I can't wait. IEC, I can't wait. Akan, so many. And many more that I could mention. You know, but it seems like Ghana, we are so interested in the already made, or those who already made it. And then in between that time, we gonna fuss and cuss and bust about every damn thing in between. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the answers, man, but something gotta happen, because when Nigeria closes them borders, which they will, they probably already did, you know, because everybody rushing to their spot. They gotta protect their shit. You know, I know they share, don't get me wrong now, but you know, they got so much on their plate. They don't really need, I mean, you know how hard it is, or how hard it's gonna be for you to even penetrate, you know? So, I don't know.